Hello and welcome to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Coming up in the next half hour, how county residents pay tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a day of service and celebration. Plus, how MC professors are stepping up their teaching game. And later, we'll show you why Meadowside is a great place in and outdoors for everyone to explore. But first, the government shutdown is putting stress on thousands of county residents that are employed by the federal government. But as Susan Kennedy reports, the county is stepping in with valuable resources for those affected.
Montgomery County is home to thousands of federal workers. And as the government shutdown moves into its fourth week,
I work for the Agricultural Research Service, which is a subcomponent agency of the USDA.
Those residents are beginning to feel the effects of being forced to take unpaid leave.
It's tough. I'm a single parent to 3 kids, so I'm the only income in the house.
This is a serious situation. This is not a game, and it shouldn't be treated as some kind of game for posturing for political purposes. These are real lives, and these are folks who need to have their paycheck.
Montgomery County is a beautifully generous community, and we want to take care of our own. And so for the tens of thousands of federal employees who are furloughed and also the contractors. We have 3,500 contractor businesses in Montgomery County who employ tens of thousands of people, and all of them need help. And so I've asked our social service agencies, our food banks and others to waive their income requirements so that we can help provide the resources to those who need it.
Manna Food has temporarily lifted its income requirements to offer food assistance to county residents who have been financially impacted by the shutdown.
We do still have an inventory thanks to the community's generosity.
Manna CEO Jackie DiCarlo says there has been an uptick in requests for assistance, but they are ready to welcome all residents in need.
On a regular basis, we work with people living paycheck to paycheck. So when we heard that there were going to be contractors and government officials who were receiving zero paycheck, we decided to waive the income requirements, but not just for those folks, also for related businesses. And so we did that on Friday, and since then we've received double the amount of usual requests that we would get in a week.
Montgomery County Public Schools is also offering meals for students impacted by the shutdown through its Dine with Dignity program. The program allows students with negative account balances to enjoy breakfast and lunch at no cost. A Wider Circle has created a dedicated fund to support federal workers with food and other household essentials, and Shepherd's Table's dining room is open to anyone who might need a nutritious meal.
Our doors are open. We are starting to make contingency plans because if SNAP or food stamp benefits, WIC benefits, if those things run out, then people are going to turn to us.
What we want is for our residents to know that please take advantage of these opportunities. We are here to do whatever we can to support you in this difficult time.
For a complete list of resources available to residents affected by the shutdown, visit the Montgomery County website and follow the links through the Federal Shutdown Assistance Portal. Reporting from Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day is not only a day of remembrance, but also a day of service. Volunteers from all over the county came together to help others. MyMC Media's Jordan Lindsay has more.
Thousands of volunteers and about 40 organizations participated in the 2019 MLK Day of Service, which was held at the Bethesda North Marriott Hotel on Monday, an event that has been held annually for about 15 years.
We have tons of service projects, volunteer fair tables for people to learn about volunteer opportunities throughout the county. So people can come in. We have over 2,500 people from around the county.
Volunteers of all ages.
I just thought it would be nice to give somebody something to eat, something to cover themselves. I don't know, just to help out.
I work at my church. I'm a superintendent of buds at Clinton Amy Zion Church in Rockville, Maryland. So I'm here to set an example for the children at the church that whenever you have time, to give time back to the community.
Diligently working on a variety of different projects. Like this woman, Reverend Deborah Johnson Mosley, who volunteered to help create no-sew blankets and scarves for Montgomery hospice patients.
Thankful for an opportunity to give back and to do something other than sitting home or thinking it wasn't a special day. I remember way back when we fought hard for this day to happen, and so that's one of the things that I like to do, is to give back.
While this man, Davey Barreto, helped with food packaging to help benefit soup kitchens, food pantries, and emergency shelters across Montgomery County.
I'm very proud to participate in this volunteer Martin Luther King Day, because the food support children and families.
All of them have one goal in common: to do good for others.
I came here to help people and do projects in honor of Martin Luther King Jr.
A quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reads, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you going to do for others?" Reporting in Bethesda, for County Report This Week, Jordan Lindsay.
The 2019 Martin Luther King Jr. Day tribute, which was held at the Strathmore, highlighted women of the dream. We also heard from those who spoke about Dr. King's commitment to service and why it's important for students to give back.
So Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a staunch advocate for equality and for standing up for your moral conscience. And I think that's incredibly important for students in Montgomery County to learn about. So I think this day of reflection gives them an opportunity to do some research, watch a movie, read a little bit about what Dr. Martin Luther King did and how they can implement some of those values in their own lives. I think service is an incredibly important part of life, no matter what walk of life you're in. And I think it's really important to have that sense of place in your community, in that you're giving back to the people who are sitting right next to you every single day and who live in your neighborhood. And I think it's important for students to learn that and cultivate that ideology from a young age. And I think MCPS does a great job of that because we require SSL hours by the state of Maryland's requirements. So I'm really glad students take this day especially to reflect on Dr. King's commitment to service.
Well, I think every year it's really important that we commemorate Dr. King, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, because he meant so much to the fabric of what America is. It's about service. It's about that we're all equal, no matter what we look like, where we come from. And Montgomery County is really a representation of that with our great diversity, so many immigrant families here. But it's a reminder that we have to continue to serve each other if we're going to keep the community the way we want to. So I'm glad that today we take time out to honor him, and we'll hear about some of our heroes here in the county, but also that we were reminded that we have to serve all year round, not just on one day a year.
3 years ago, the county approved the Tenants Have Rights Law. This week on the county's Spanish language radio show, we talked with the interim director of the Department of Housing and Community Affairs. We learned more about what that law means for tenants. Part of the law includes inspecting all 700 multifamily rental complexes in the county. The Department of Housing is close to reaching that goal and will publish a list of troubled properties. This will give tenants even more rights.
What the troubled property list will do is it'll rank each and every multifamily property. There's about 700 in the county. In terms of no risk, these are the best properties. At risk, and then we will have the troubled properties. We expect there to be about 100 troubled properties when the list is released in February. And what it means to be a troubled property is that you have a high number of violations and also you have severe violations. We rank them from a score of 1 to 5, 1 being low, 2 being medium, 3 being high, 5 being life safety. And so if you have a lot of life safety or high violations, there's a likelihood that you could be on the list. And so what it means to be on the list is that you will now be inspected annually. You'll be required to send us quarterly inspection reports, and then you'll also have to send us a work plan on not only how to address the violations that you have now, but in the future, how do you make your property better? And that's the importance of the list. It's not just about dinging properties, but it's about working with those properties to move them up and to make them quality places to live.
Troubled properties will be inspected annually. Now, if you are a tenant and live in an apartment where you think there are housing code violations, here's what you can do. You can call 311 and file a complaint anonymously. County inspectors can then be scheduled to inspect the property. Coming up on County Report this week, the county executive lays out his plan to help local small businesses. And the MCPS superintendent spells out his priorities for county schools. That and more when we return. Stay with us.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC 311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. County Exec Mark Elrich is sharing how he plans to help small businesses and how Amazon factors into the equation. MyMC Media has the story.
Our intention is really to change the procurement environment in the county so people will no longer lose a contract and then be told, well, you need to get to know people here.
Montgomery County Executive Mark Elrich and County Council President Nancy Navarro spoke at Thursday's Small Business Network at Montgomery Community Media. And even though the decision was made a month ago, one company was still on people's minds: Amazon. How will Montgomery County lure the next Amazon?
The question is, how am I ready for the companies that Amazon's going to bring here, or some of the other large but not as big as Amazon companies that will be looking for relocations? And I think, like I said, it's you learn from why you lost. So I need a better landing spot, a landing spot that people can look at and say, yeah, I want to be there, not, yeah, it'll be really nice 15 years from now.
In addressing SBN, Elrich said he was planning a West Coast trip to talk to the smaller businesses that will follow Amazon East. He thinks the county could make a better pitch to those smaller businesses.
It's, just kind of learning from, what Virginia's best assets were and figuring out how do I deploy assets like that? How do I make places that people will look at and say, I want to be there?
Elrich added that his budget, which is due to the council in March, will show how the county will help small businesses be successful, particularly those programs with the county's Department of Housing and Community Development and at the regional services centers.
We know that a lot of people need business assistance. We know that marketing is a big deal. So what can the county do to provide supports that help small businesses get the technical skills and the marketing skills that they need in order to be successful? And we don't do it now.
From the MCM studios in Rockville, this is Doug Tallman reporting for County Report This Week.
If you live or own a business in Rockville, here's a great way for you to do your civic duty. Rock 11's Kathy Dantzler explains.
Looking for a way to do your civic duty? Right now, there are openings on the Compensation Commission, which recommends salaries for the mayor and council.
We're looking for 5 residents or business owners to serve on the Compensation Commission. This commission will help determine the salaries of our elected officials. This is an election year, and this commission is a very important part of our democratic process.
The commission is required by ordinance to make its recommendation to the mayor and council by March 31st. The election for the mayor and council will take place in November 2019. If you are interested in serving on the Compensation Commission, just head to rockvillemd.gov/boards-commissions and fill out an expression of interest form. And to get more information, you can call the City Clerk Director of Council Operations at 240-314-8280 or email at cityclerk@rockvillemd.gov. For County Report This Week, I'm Kathy Dantzler.
School Superintendent Jack Smith recently held his monthly press conference. MyMC Media tells us what's on his agenda for MCPS students.
Big things are in store for Montgomery County Public Schools, Maryland's largest school district.
We recommended a $2.65 billion budget. That's a 2.1% increase.
Montgomery County Superintendent Jack Smith held his monthly media conference on Thursday morning where he highlighted initiatives and programs for the district's 163,000 students. Smith says some of his main initiatives include addressing chronic absenteeism and the 2020 fiscal year budget, which he says a large portion will go towards the growing student population.
It includes both the maintenance of effort requirement of the county government that they fund at the same level per pupil that they did last year, and because we're growing, that includes a little bit more money from them around maintenance of effort. And then it also includes $29 million in my recommended budget, the board may change that, of money over maintenance of effort. So that would be at the county's discretion.
As well as expansive learning.
In the previous 2 years, we've been expanding pre-K. We're going to continue that expansion. We've been expanding elementary language opportunities. We're going to continue that expansion and look at some other ways to do it. We're going to continue to add dual language schools.
Montgomery County Public Schools Department of Elementary Curriculum and District-Wide Programs Director Nikki Hazel says the Board of Education recently approved the purchase of new curriculum materials for elementary and secondary when it comes to literacy.
We'll begin that process for all of our schools, some of our schools, I should say, starting in the fall.
Smith also mentioned a partnership with Montgomery County Community College to expand dual enrollment opportunities for students.
Because they can finish 2 years of college while being in high school. Imagine the cost of higher education these days and the time that it takes usually for students to finish an undergraduate degree. They can finish an undergraduate degree in 2 years.
Is it perfect? No. Is it good and strong? Yes. Can we get better? Yes. You don't have to be sick to get better. And Montgomery County Public Schools is all about always getting better and meeting the needs of all kids.
Reporting in Rockville, Jordan Lindsay, County Report This Week.
Coming up on County Report This Week, students from around the state put their math and science skills to the ultimate test at the annual Science Bowl. We'll take you to the MC campus in Rockville for the results. And we show you an after-school program that makes exploring the wonders of science fun for students. Stay with us. County Report This Week. We'll be right back.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now. We all know the stress of driving into downtown Silver Spring and the district, but thanks to Ride On, I don't have to worry anymore. Route 129 is a new limited-stop bus route running both directions along the US 29 corridor, from Burtonsville Park and Ride to the Paul Serene Silver Spring Transit Center. There are even free, convenient park and ride lots along the route. Now my commute is relaxing. Plus I'm helping get cars off the road, reducing congestion and my commute time.
Ride On. Get there faster.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. 48 teams from counties across the state of Maryland gathered on the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. They were there to represent their high schools in the 28th Annual Science Bowl.
And I am having the privilege this morning to welcome you to Science Bowl 2019. Yeah!
The Department of Energy created this nationwide academic competition to test student knowledge in all areas of science and math.
This is investment in our future. This is about shaping up our future, and we are very, very excited to be hosting this event.
Many of the students compete to earn the title of Maryland Regional Champion for their schools, but they also test their knowledge and understanding of STEM. During each round, students had to answer as many questions as they could in 5 minutes. Teams worked together to beat the clock and their opponents. In the end, everybody had a great time demonstrating their math and science knowledge.
we are very much interested in advancing STEM education in our region, our state, in our nation, and we'll keep continuing this for several years to come.
County Executive Mark Elridge was on hand to witness the competition and was pleased to see so many focused and inspired students from around the county.
I really like to see this. I mean, there are so many kids here. They're somebody referred to them as best and brightest in science. They could probably run circles around what most people know, and it's just impressive to see so many people out here, all the volunteers who help make this happen, and the fact that we're producing winners out of Montgomery County in these bigger competitions. There's a lot to be proud of here.
Although the Science Bowl has been one of the highlights of the county, Elridge would like to see the love of science expand to even more students.
I mean, the group needs to be larger. I mean, I'd like to see more schools participate. We need more, diversity in the sciences. You can, look around the room here, and it's great to have these many students here, but you can also see who's missing. And, that tells us you need to do more work more broadly in the community.
2 new after-school programs have combined fun and games with science and technology. MCPS TV shows us what's going on at Cannon Road Elementary School.
Ready, get set, go! Keep going!
We are here in the maker space at Cannon Road Elementary School, which we built in the summer of 2018. We have 2 different clubs with over 80 students. We have the maker space, which is for students in 3 through 5. And then we have a Genius Hour Club, which is something that I run personally, and that's for students in kindergarten through 5th grade. For Genius Hour, students have a question that they are curious about. They go ahead and they do research. They either create a book about it or build something as a result of their knowledge so that they can share that new knowledge with other people. Why do squirrels like nuts? Go ahead and read.
The high fat content of many nuts helps them gain weight to survive their hibernation.
Is that where it puts its nuts?
Yeah.
We're doing electronics. They built a car, and we're going to race the cars today. The obstacle course, so kids can have some fun. So the thought is, if they have fun, maybe more interested in school and electronics down the road.
I learned how to program the speed. I learned how to make the robot. I learned some of the things that the robot needs. I know how to make the LED lights turn on.
So I learned that robots, they have their own language, and we have to write it in computer language so they can understand.
Really, the whole point behind this was to offer this to every student in the building who was interested, and that transportation wasn't an issue. So it's really been the activity bus and being able to have students who typically don't come to after-school programs to have that chance to come.
Montgomery College professors are upping their teaching game. It's all through their Scholarship of Excellence in Teaching program. MCTV's Joseph Thompson explains.
Could I just have the 2018 colleagues stand up, please, and give them a final round of applause.
Montgomery College recently celebrated the culmination of the 2018 Scholarship of Excellence in Teaching program, in which faculty members work to enhance their pedagogical practices in their classrooms.
This event demonstrates what the faculty have done, showing their innovative strategies to improve and to increase student success.
12 Montgomery College professors participated in the year-long program cohort. In the spring semester, they engaged in research, reflection, and collegial discussions about new and creative teaching methods, and worked with mentors, with whom they interchanged ideas. The cohort members then implemented those new strategies in their classrooms in the fall semester.
If we discover something new, that's what the scholarship is. Make sure that we share this with our colleagues at other institutions and across the world.
The attendees were further educated at the event by Dr. Paul Hanstead, a professor of English at Roanoke College and a nationally renowned education reform thought leader.
What we need to do is not just give students content, knowledge, and skills, but we need to give them a sense of authority. As a student acquires information, they learn, and that helps move them towards authority.
The faculty participants each gave a presentation on their instructional innovations, their implementations in the classrooms, and the positive results in student engagement and performance.
That the faculty have a greater sense of joy in their teaching. They're really being innovative. They're looking at what ways they can improve their teaching. So it is both for the faculty and students, but ultimately it is for our students.
It was a significant experience, and it was a really good way to go deeper into my own research and theorizing.
Reporting from Montgomery College's Germantown campus, I'm Joseph Thompson.
Coming up on County Report this week, how to get a closer look at the birds of prey at Meadowside Nature Center. Plus, we spotlight our pet of the week. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. It's a must-see, hands-on excursion. Take a trip to check out Meadowside's resident raptors. It's where you'll find them searching for food, exploring objects, and encountering new experiences. Montgomery Parks gives us a tour.
Let's see if I can get him to at least hop to one perch for me.
My name is Carolina Giraldo. I'm the director here at Meadowside Nature Center. Our raptor deck is an area that we have here at Meadowside outside that allows guests to view our non-releasable birds of prey. We have a bald eagle, we have a barred owl, we have a red-shouldered hawk, and we have a turkey vulture, which is technically not a raptor, but she's here as well. Something in their injury won't allow them to survive in the wild. And so they come here to Meadowside to live out the rest of their lives under human care. On Saturdays, every Saturday at 11:30 a.m., we have a raptor enrichment program. And enrichment is a fancy way of saying something that we can offer animals that physically and mentally stimulates them. Precious really is great at solving puzzles and investigating new objects that we give her.
So I always like to ask the audience, which drawer would you like me to put her lovely rat in? Number one, raise your hand.
12 o'clock, we have a raptor feeding program, and both programs are open to all guests here at Meadowside. Our raptor deck actually allows our visitors to get up close and view our animals from the side of the raptor deck. Depending on if there's a special program, such as birthday parties, if they pick a raptor theme, they can actually get even closer. We love all of our animals, and we have a lot of very knowledgeable naturalists on staff that love to share information with the public and educate them as to why we have wild animals acting as ambassadors. So we hope that people come out here and learn something new.
Now it's time to meet our pet of the week. Here we have beautiful Brooklyn. She's a brown American Pit Bull Terrier. She's 4 years old, very friendly, adores attention, and loves making new friends. She's an easy walker for your daily walks. In a household, Brooklyn is able to coexist with some dogs as well as young kids. Brooklyn can't wait to go to her own loving home because she really doesn't like being alone in her kennel. Please call the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center at 240-773-5900 or visit them on the web at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD. With that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. We leave you today with some inspiring performances from Rockville's MLK Day celebration. The annual event was held at Richard Montgomery High School. Nice event. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Thank you for watching.
What defines you?